Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/JuCowFTW.
Check out our blog where you can listen and download our shows at jucowftw.blogspot.com.
And find us on iTunes by simply searching for Jucow's Podcast Kingdom.
And submit your questions to us at ask.fm/Jucow. We will answer them all each week on Undressed to Impress with a Girl.
You were cute and popular, I was just a little nerd. Right about now you're making me feel perturbed. I was the gross kid that you teased in gym. And when you got my hopes up, you run back to him. Do you remember me? Well, let me refresh your memory. As I kill ya, I'm a homicidal maniac, so you better watch your back. I got a knife and I'm using it tonight. Whoa, you used to put me down, soon you'll be in the ground, and then I'll be failing alright.
So basically, we want to make you feel totally awkward in the beginning of the show.
Oh, awesome. I'm generally pretty awkward, so.
Oh, okay, cool.
Great, awesome.
We have another show called Undressed to Impress, and on that show we answer questions from people that listen to our show. And someone asked us, who is our Jucow/PSYCOW crush? And Stacey and I both said you, because you're so damn adorable.
Oh, thanks, guys.
This is going to be a really, just laid-back interview, by the way. We just wanted to talk.
Awesome.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I'm pretty laid back, so we're good to go.
Cool.
All right. So what have you been up to since the last show?
What have I been up to? I feel like I spend most of my time doing parkour. Which is a really good way to spend your life, I think. I've been getting stunt jobs, and most of them have been related to parkour. And I just started working at a parkour gym, and teaching.
They make those?
Oh yeah, seriously? Yeah. Yes.
I've never seen one.
So if we meet, could you teach us how to do stuff?
Oh yeah, for sure. Come to New York City.
Because I'm 6'4".
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's no such thing as too tall to do parkour.
I did a parkour video 5 years ago, and I can't do anything. I'm literally I don't even like running. I don't if I run I'm out of breath in 2 feet. So I did a parkour video, and literally it's the worst thing in the world, and it's on purposely bad because I do a dance number in the beginning. But, yeah. So I mean,
on YouTube.
It was for a while, and then we started doing podcasts with Jucow, so we took all the videos off. But I can send it to you. It's pretty much the greatest thing made, you know.
It's just that's debatable.
Yeah, that's not. That might not be true.
It's not.
I feel like I can teach you to do parkour, and the reason I know that is because I recently started working at a parkour summer camp, and if I can teach these kids to do parkour, I feel like I can teach you to do parkour.
What would be glorious is if we took the class, Stacey took the class with the kids.
You should.
Can we do that?
And I should probably preface this with the fact that I hate children.
Oh, I do too.
And I work at a summer camp.
See, that's the thing, though. I'd cuss them out. I would straight up go,
probably,
fuck you, little kid!
Yeah. I'd probably punch them.
So
Get out of
hard
my way.
not to. It's so hard.
So how long do you work at the summer camp? Is it, obviously it's during the summer, but
It's a summer camp, dude.
how long during the day?
I mean, it's from 10 to 4. I only work there a couple days a week. I mostly just do it because I strategically place my jobs around the city at the places I want to go for free.
Oh.
So, I was teaching rock climbing for a long time because I wanted to rock climb for free. Now I teach parkour. So I can go to the gym. But no, seriously, Brooklyn Beast, it's a great place, and I can teach you guys to do parkour. And so, that's what I've been doing, is a lot of parkour, teaching parkour, doing parkour in movies. I worked on Tracers recently, which is this new movie that's all about parkour, and it stars Taylor Lautner. And so that was kind of interesting, especially since... Go ahead.
Is that the guy from Twilight?
Okay, so here's the story behind I have never seen Twilight. I'm actually really proud to admit I've never seen it. And so when somebody was like, oh yeah, Taylor Lautner's in this movie, I was like, oh, who's she?
You're not really helping with this whole crush thing, because we hate Twilight too, so it's kind of like a...
So now I know who he is. He's really cool. But yeah, so the movie is all about parkour. So I got to double the lead girl on the first day and do some parkour, and that was cool. That was fun. Although I have to say, like, I've been around movie sets. I've never seen fans like Taylor Lautner's fans. These girls came running, screaming across Central Park, like to the point where they could no longer formulate words. And I've met my heroes. And although I feel as though I was very awkward and slightly starstruck when I met them, at no point did I feel the urge to scream. And these girls were just screaming, running across Central Park in tears.
Oh, I know. I was there. He touched my hand.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I thought I
God.
saw you in that crowd. I thought I saw you
Just
in that
me and a
crowd.
bunch of 13-year-old girls.
I was gonna come say hi, but I was like, nah, he's not even gonna see me. He's not focused on Taylor right now.
I can totally see you doing that, too.
I would do it to be funny, but
All
like,
of these kids, like, you're like 8 feet taller than they are. You're just
I
like,
just like wiped them out left and right.
And I like that you assumed they were 13-year-old girls. There were some grown-ass women in there.
oh, really?
Yes.
How old would you say was the oldest lady there?
I mean, like, I was kind of I was like hustling away. I wanted no part of it. But I mean, there were definitely some women in their 20s.
I don't
And,
live here anymore.
like, beyond the point of being able to formulate words, just screaming.
Like at horror house.
Although,
Go ahead.
one of the most exciting things for me is, like, afterwards, I was like, I'm just gonna look up to see what kind of paparazzi there is from the first day. And I totally ended up in one of his, like, paparazzi videos. Somebody was bootleg filming, like, us filming, and I was like, oh, there I am, talking to Taylor Lautner. I'm like...
I have to find this now.
I'll find it, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
We'll see. if it's
Kyle.
out there.
Yes.
You're going to say something about Horror Hound.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of done now. I was going to say, like, you and I are going to meet Robert Englund, which is, like, a huge idol for both of us. But I don't think I'm going to scream like a girl. Like a little...
I get really awkward around, like, celebrities.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I just kind of go like, hey, how is it going?
Like, as if you've known them your entire life. Hey there, I haven't seen you in a while.
I don't
like
do that. I
You don't
can
know,
barely-
but I was watching you on TV last night.
Yeah.
You look different than what you look like in your house.
Dude, that was like when I met Zoe Bell. I was like, I've been watching you since I was 9 when I used to watch Xena.
I like you.
Please talk to me.
Can we hang out? Let's.
Yeah, do you want to, like, can I buy you a beer?
Can I teach you parkour? Well, when you were little, did you want to do stunts?
Yeah, well, okay, so as I was just saying, I used to watch a lot of Xena when I was little. I don't know if I mentioned this last time we talked. I'm kind of obsessed with Xena the Warrior Princess. And when I was 9, I found out, oh, hey, there's this woman, Zoe Bell, who is not Lucy Lawless and who does all of the cool stuff that Lucy Lawless can't or doesn't want to do. Why doesn't everybody want her job? So I've wanted to do this since I was 9. Still working on it, but closer than I was at age 9, so...
How many hours do you think you put into watching Xena?
I'm not going to answer that question.
So, it's long
I have
enough...
to know. You can't just say no.
I mean, okay, so I've got all 6 seasons on DVD. I mean, I can recite most of the episodes. I also have a custom-made chakram, which is like her round killing weapon that she throws. I mean, I don't know if you want me to keep going with this.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's
please,
fine.
Please.
I had a Xena costume through most of my childhood that unfortunately no longer fits. And yeah, I don't know. My entire career is based off the fact that I love Xena. So, there's that.
So you're to the level now where you can do a pretty good Xena call.
I'm not gonna do it for you now.
Oh,
Damn it!
I'm not doing it.
Damn.
Stacey,
I haven't done it in a while, because, like, in New York City, there are a lot of people around, and I feel like if I made that sound, somebody would think that I was getting murdered.
I think that's the best thing when you're a taxi. I think people will move out of the way.
That's true. True. Next time it's raining.
I'd have to say it's probably less Xena watching and the amount of Portlandia that I've watched in the past 2 years, I would say.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I've watched a lot of Portlandia.
Oh, did you used to watch a lot of Xena?
No.
Oh, I was like,
When I was a kid, I did. I watched that Hercules all the time.
Hercules has got too much testosterone for me. I'm all about Xena.
Well, yeah, Kevin Sorbo is made up of nothing but testosterone.
Yeah, he's just like big sweaty man.
I honestly had not watched Xena until maybe like, I want to say like a month ago for the first time. And that was because we got Hulu and it's on Hulu. And my boyfriend started watching it. He's like, oh man, Xena's on here. And I was like, I've never watched Xena. And he was like, oh my god, you have to watch Xena.
If I had known, I probably would have given you a talking to by now. Now, Stacey, I need to talk to you about this problem that I'm sensing in your personality. The lack of Xena influence. Alright, so anyways, I don't think that you had anticipated talking about Xena this much in this call. So.
Honestly, we didn't really anticipate anything. It's just laid back. I like Xena. Xena works. Lucy Lawless is cool.
Yeah, she is.
And she's pretty awesome in Parks and Rec, I might add.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in Parks and Rec.
Do you watch that show?
I don't.
Oh, good. We could spoil it. So at the end of the last
I
season...
don't want to.
I know she's in it and she's a lesbian or something, right?
No, she's far from that. She's Ron Swanson's boo.
Oh, maybe it's some other show she was just on recently and she had like a girlfriend. I don't know.
Oh, speaking of shows that you watched, you talked about on Facebook, because I think I'm creepy. Orange is the New Black you talked about.
Well, yeah, we're Facebook friendsies. I don't mind you seeing stuff.
Yeah, I think I commented on it, and someone was like, yeah, I watched it like in a day, and I was like, don't you beat me.
Yeah.
Because I watched the entire season in like 2 days, and
You know, I can see how. I started it last night. Like, I got home from the parkour gym at like midnight. And, you know, I had been watching Breaking Bad, and I just finished all of the seasons on Netflix, and I was like, fuck, what am I going to watch now? Well, Orange is the New Black. And I did not have high hopes going in, because there are not nearly... So it films in New York City. And basically, you know, from what I know, there aren't a lot of stunts in it. And I was like, it's a freaking show about a women's prison. Why aren't there more stunt women working on it? So I was kind of pissed at it before going into it, but then I started watching it and realized how awesome it was, and now I'm not mad anymore.
How far are you in?
I only watched the first 2 episodes because then it was late and I had to go to bed.
Damn it, I can't talk about my favorite part.
I've never seen it, so don't say anything.
No, I'm not.
Okay, don't tell me, but it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a good kind of like late night comedy. It's like a HBO comedy kind of thing, but Netflix created it.
For sure, yeah. It's just like Netflix. I don't know. I'll watch an entire series and then move on to the next thing. So
Yep.
like I just finished Breaking Bad and now I'm on to this. Previously, I'd been watching the show Lost Girl. That one's really good too.
I saw, I think, Lost, like all 7 seasons of that show. I watched in a matter of like 3 weeks, and that's insane. That's no life. That's
So
me
you guys-
like.
You guys are like, oh man, we watch this cool stuff. And I'm like, dude, I watched the whole entire season of Phineas and Ferb. And
No, but you guys should try Lost Girl. It's really good.
Will do.
I've never seen that on there.
I'm gonna
It's
put it in
like-
my queue now.
Sci-fi-y, fantasy, really kind of weird. But wait, just like get into it and then you'll be really into it.
Alright, so
That
it's
has-
like X-Files-y, maybe?
Well, kind of. It's like these 2 really kick-ass women. Days, you know.
Sold, it's cool.
Yeah.
Another question we had is, how many bones have you broken?
Oh man. So knock on wood, I've never actually broken any bones.
I've
But-
broken more bones than you have?
I mean, you know, like I've broken some toes, and as of January, I got my first like major injury. I actually tore a bunch of ligaments in my shoulder. So that's kind of gross, but I didn't break any bones.
More
So
importantly than that question is, how many hearts have you broken?
Oh, well, that's a whole other podcast.
Higher than 10, lower than 10.
Heartbreak, you got the best of me. Right. There's a throwback for you there. No, I'm not a heartbreaker. I don't break hearts.
Oh.
Aw, that's good.
Damn it, we wanted fun stories.
No, I'm not
This one time, this
Yeah,
guy.
let me give you some. I'll break in some hearts, but I won't go into it.
So
Yeah.
next time you come on the show, have some fake heartbreaker stories.
Fake heartbreaking stories.
We don't know the difference. We're
I've
stupid.
broken some faces in movies. I mean,
Oh,
that's
there we go.
Oh, even better.
busting faces. Actually, I did this thing recently. It was like a music video, and it was an all-girls fight club, and that was awesome. But
Is that what's in your stunt reel?
no, it hasn't come out yet.
Oh, okay, that's another question later. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, this was just like an all-girls fight club, which was really cool because normally when you're a woman doing stunts, a lot of the stunts that you're doing are kind of situations where any normal woman would not like want these things happening to her. Like, you know, some sort of like guy beating the shit out of you, or, you know, some sort of monster beating the shit out of you, or like
Who wouldn't want
some
that?
little ghost girl pushing you down the stairs. Like, none of these things are things that you want happening to you. But in this one, it was an all-girls fight club, so it's like these women chose to be there and beat the shit out of each other. So it's like voluntary ass-kicking. It's really great. So it's kind of empowering. But in that one, my character got her ass kicked. So that was really, really
Aww.
It was great. No, it was so good. Oh my gosh, I can't wait till I can show that footage.
Yeah, you gotta send it to us right when it comes out.
Yeah, I will. Well, it's gonna be in my new stunt reel. All right, what was your question about my old stunt reel?
There's a scene where it looks like you and some other girl are fighting, and I've never seen. I was wondering what that was from. You're in a dress. She's in maybe a brawl. I can't remember.
I was playing a stripper, and it's from a TV pilot that has not gotten to any networks yet, but it's called Envy. And I'm pretty sure I was a stripper. I'm like this drunk girl, and there's another like dancer up on stage, and for some reason my character just goes and punches her in the face.
Beautiful.
A
Yeah.
typical night at a strip club.
Yeah,
Whatever. The funny thing about that was they were like, okay, so when you come in, like, we need you to bring the sluttiest clothes you own. And I was like, oh, okay. So, I have cargo pants. Like, I don't know what you want me to bring. So I kind of, like, I hit up my girlfriend, and I was like, can you just, like, give me some clothes? And everything I brought in, I showed them. And they're like, I brought the little black skirt and stuff. And they're like, oh, honey, no. And they handed me this sequin skirt that I swear was no, like, longer than my hand. And a mesh shirt and a bra. And they were like, this is what we want you to wear. And now I want you to know that I would never leave my house in this outfit, but national television, sure, yeah, I'll put that on. Beat up some strippers for you in this. It was pretty fun. And 5-inch heels. That was the craziest part of that, is that I was wearing 5-inch heels, and I was with an actress who was also in 5-inch heels, and I had to teach her how to fight. And then we had to, like, fight on this stage and then get down off this stage in 5-inch heels and not kill each other. It was pretty cool.
Wow.
I love beating up
And the
women.
unfortunate thing is that we were wearing these shoes and you can't even see them in the shot.
So, who do I need to contact about getting this aired?
I don't know. I think they're working on it. It might go to some film festivals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
Just
that
let
where
me know.
your the picture of you like doing a backflip in the black dress? Is that something that's recent, or is that from that?
Oh, that was different. That is recent. That was a friend of mine, Stan Horchak, was a photographer, and he do you guys know what CrossFit is? The like workout thing that a lot of people do. It's a lot of heavy weightlifting and stuff.
If it's exercise, Stacey and I have no idea what it is.
Well, it's like this kind of, you know, like, I don't want to say workout cult, but that's kind of what it is. And it's all about, like, heavy weightlifting. And the women who do it are badass, and they can lift ridiculous weights. So this photographer, Stan, wanted to do a photo shoot of badass women lifting heavy weights. So he did, like, this whole photo shoot of all these women in these really gorgeous dresses and, like, high heels lifting huge amounts of, like, weights on barbells over their heads. So that stemmed from that, and then he wanted to get a lot of dressy shots of me doing parkour in an outfit that was like a flowy dress. So that's what that was. It was just a photo shoot of me in a dress doing parkour.
I want a picture of myself doing a backflip like that, but I can't that's just never going to happen. Photoshop is my best friend when that comes.
Well, you know, the wonderful thing is, like, you could do something like that. You don't necessarily have to survive it, as long as somebody gets
That's true.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful point.
I never thought of it that way.
There we go. It can live on for posterity, even if you won't.
In my will, it just says change my profile picture.
People will think that I can do these things.
People must know.
Look what I'm doing in heaven.
And also erase my internet history.
Awesome.
So, what goes through your mind before you do stunts? Anything like, any anxiety or anything? Because me personally, watching the stuff you do, I'm like freaking out. Like, man, you're gonna fall, and you're gonna break something. It's gonna freak me out. And that's what would go through my mind. Like, that's not a good idea.
Well, so you can't think that, because then you freak out and hurt yourself. But I think it's probably different for everybody, but for me, it's kind of, let's see, beforehand, I do have some of those thoughts where I think, what the fuck am I doing? And then I'm like, no, you can do this. Like, I wish I could talk about what I do in Muck, because this would be such a good example. Anyways, I do for me, it's the craziest stunt I've ever done in Muck. And beforehand, I'm just thinking to myself, oh, this is really, really scary. But the beautiful thing about stunts is that once they say action, you don't have a choice. So when they say action, for me, my mind just goes completely, I don't want to say blank, but it's kind of all of the concern is gone, and I'm on autopilot doing what it is we've practiced. So it becomes really easy in that regard for me, where as soon as they say action, I'm on autopilot and I'm doing exactly what I've practiced. The moment's up to action, yeah, I'm freaking out a little bit sometimes, depending on the stunt. You know, if it's just a simple fight scene, that's fine. You know, there's really minimal risk involved in that. But if it's a big stunt, a big fall, any sort of, you know, a stair fall, the first time I did a stair fall, all that was running through my head beforehand was, why the hell am I about to throw myself down this flight of stairs?
There's a reason why no one wants to do this.
Yes, there's a reason why they're paying me to do this, and it's because most people aren't crazy enough to do this. But then, you know, as soon as they say action, you just gotta fucking do it if you ever want to work again. And then you do it, and then you get up at the end, and you're like, okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Let's do it again. So yeah, that's what goes through my mind.
I can't even like get on an 8-foot ladder without, because I'm like,
Exactly.
I'm sadly scared of heights. Like, it's depressing how scared. Like, if I get on a step ladder, I'm like, I'm gonna fall and die.
I'm the same way.
Yeah,
I'm
I just can't. I
terrified
can't
of
grasp the
heights for some
concept of
reason.
being on fire or doing cool backflips and stuff.
I will say I would rather be on fire than way up in the air.
Oh,
looking
yeah.
Down. I will say that.
I'd rather burn to death than fall and plummet and think about it for a while.
I would rather the falling to the fire. The fire, you know, it's not that bad. Like, you just kind of do your thing and don't inhale. But it's a little, you know, it's a little scary. It's kind of intense because you're thinking to yourself, holy shit, I'm on fire right now.
Right.
Like, there are people who specialize in that, and they're lit on fire all the time. And for them, I'm sure, you know, it's no big thing. For me, it's still a big thing. It's still, holy shit, I'm on fire. Stay focused, stay focused, stay focused. But in the air, I find you have more control over your destiny, generally.
You can fly?
What I'm saying is that secretly I can fly. I don't know if you guys missed that part of my...
God.
Screw gravity.
Watch this! Everyone's like, what? No way!
Chronicle?
Oh my god, okay, I'm gonna make another Xena reference. There's a Simpsons episode where Lucy Lawless was in it, and she's dressed as Xena, but she's Lucy Lawless, and at one point she flies, and they're like, we didn't know Xena could fly, and she's like, that's because I'm not Xena, I'm Lucy Lawless.
I
That's
can
what it'll
believe
be
that,
like.
too.
Yeah, that's what it'll be like, and I'll just fly away.
Like, we knew it! We knew it!
I called that shit.
I love that.
So I know you said you couldn't really say anything about Muck until next time you come on, but so when is Muck set to release? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know. Hopefully soon, because I'm pretty excited to see it.
They're really
It's-
gearing up for it on Facebook. There's a lot of pictures being posted.
Yeah.
There are. Yeah, he's been posting a lot. I don't know. I'm pretty excited about it. It seems like it's going to be pretty cool. I mean, I was there for the whole filming, for a lot of the filming, helping out, because there are actually quite a few stunts in it. And we set up some really cool rigs in that. I think you guys are going to be really happy. And there's no CGI at all in the film, which makes it that much cooler because there are so many stunts.
Yes.
And I think when, like, whoever originally read the script, like, named it as one of the top 5 bloodiest movies of all time. And, so, there's that.
That's our kind of movie.
Exactly.
Well, and, you know, when we were filming it, I was like, this is going to be right up their alley.
Yep, no CGI and lots of blood. We're there.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so it's all that. It's all of those things. And it's pretty interesting because this first one that's coming out is actually the second one in the series. So they're being released out of order, which should make for a really interesting storyline. I'm kind of excited to see how that progresses.
It's a trilogy?
It's a trilogy, yeah, that's being released starting with the middle.
Right on. That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so that'll be cool. And Kane Hodder is in it, so that's pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to meet him.
He was a cool guy, although I have to say, before my stunt, he looked at what my stunt was going to be, and he was like, you're not going to be able to do that. Excuse me? And he was like, you're not going to be able to do that. And I was like, I think I am. He was like, all right, send me video when you do it. So I did. I was like so satisfied with myself.
One of the
That's
gods of
awesome.
stunts says you can't do something, and like, fuck you!
Exactly.
Jason or not, watch this shit.
Yeah. He was scary, though. There was one point on that shoot, oh my god, it was so funny. He's such a funny guy, and you don't expect it. Right before one of his scenes, you know, he starts off camera, and he, like, walks on camera at the beginning, of, like, right after they say action. So he's behind the camera, and they say action, and right before he walks out, he just, like, nuts one of the PAs, like, smacks him in the balls, and walks out. And, like, this kid can't make a noise because they're filming, and he just was like, oh, like, quiet in the corner while Kane Hodder is just, like, performing in front of the camera. Oh, it was amazing.
Oh, that's
Did you-
awesomely terrible.
Did you
I
get one of
know.
the cool Kane Hodder choke pictures that he does?
I didn't. No, I didn't. I wish I had.
I want to get choked by Kane Hodder.
Yeah.
I don't. That seems a little terrifying to me.
Oh, wait till you see him in the movie. He looks terrifying. I mean, I'm sure he's like, I mean, he looked terrifying as Jason too, though, so I guess it's not surprising.
He's terrifying with, you know, him just walking around town. Like, he's just...
Exactly.
he's
His
a-
neck is like, his neck could break my body.
it's the sides of your body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what other upcoming movies have you been in, or anything you're working on that you're allowed to tell us?
Mostly Tracers was my big thing recently. And then other than that, what have I done? What have I been doing with my time? I don't even know. The music video, the Girls Fight Club one, that should be coming out soon. I worked on this one film called Hype Beasts. It's a short film about sneakerheads, like people obsessed with sneakers, who wait in line overnight for like music.
Yeah.
Kind of like I would for a video game or a Harry Potter book. They do that for sneakers.
That's different.
You're gonna be waiting for a long time for Harry Potter book.
You never know.
You never know. So it's a movie about that, and there are some fun stunts in that one. So that hopefully will be coming out sometime soon. Other than that, I've really been doing a lot of parkour. Like I did this live thing for a Nokia phone release recently where I don't know how much of this I'm supposed to talk about. But anyways, they were releasing a new phone, and they had me doing parkour at their opening, so people could take pictures of me with the new phone.
That's cool.
While I was doing parkour. That was cool. It was 5 hours straight of parkour. That was probably one of the most brutal things I've done in a long time.
Speaking of brutal things that you've done, what was the thing where you went on this long ass hike?
Oh my god. We did a 50-mile hike in 24 hours.
Oh God.
I just threw up a little bit.
My indigestion just flared up.
We did it in 18 hours and 2 minutes.
Oh. What did
Dude,
it?
the first place guy did it in 6 hours.
What?
Yeah, unacceptable.
Is he a robot?
Does that guy fly?
Yeah. He was like 40 something too.
Wow.
So what was it? Was there anything like caving or swimming? Was it just a straight? It was a straight hike.
Hiking.
Jesus.
Hiking for frickin' ever.
Yeah, that's a no
We're
thank you.
like, the three of us are like still having toenails grow back from that, I just have to say.
Delicious.
No.
That was one of the most brutal things I've ever done. And it was fine until mile 42. And then suddenly it just hit us. It got dark, and I was just like, I don't really want to do this anymore, but we've come 42 miles, so we can't finish, we can't stop now.
Yeah, are you just stuck there? Like you?
I mean, you have to keep going, yeah.
Oh.
It's like a huge accomplishment, though.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I felt good about it.
I would feel really good about it. I would feel really good about 1 mile for myself, but that is...
Well, I walk 3 or 4 miles a day. I try to because of my leg, like it's messed up. So I mean, I try to do that, and I almost die. Like you do not want me to go with you because like mile 4, I'll be like, oh my god, are we there?
These girls are crazy!
My leg's cramping.
Hilariously, at mile 10, I was like, we should do this next year. By mile 45, no.
I'm getting a wheelchair.
Fuck this. I'm crawling.
Get one of those hover rounds, because apparently you can take those hiking. I saw that commercial.
Yeah, it went on a mountain.
Yeah.
The worst part is that I, false saw the finish line, and I was like, we're there! And then it wasn't the finish line. That's the worst thing you can ever do.
Oh.
That is,
How many miles were you from the finish line when you thought it was?
we were only a half mile away, but at that point,
But still.
it was
Right.
like another 50.
Ready to punch a child by the time you get to that.
Yeah.
That's
I
all.
mean, it doesn't take me that much to feel that way in other ways, but by that point I was ready to punch a kitten, too, so.
So good. Alright. I'm ready for the $50,000 question, Kyle.
Okay. Was this like pyramid game?
Is this am I going to be able to answer this question?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, there's this show that I'm sure you've heard of that you might watch that me and my boyfriend have recently been completely obsessed with. And that show is Wipeout.
Oh.
And I think that you should go on Wipeout for $50,000.
I want to go on Wipeout so badly.
That'd be awesome.
I think you should.
My ass kicked.
I will send you the application of what you have to fill out. I will personally call these people and be like, listen, if you want a show that's going to blow people's minds, you have to let this girl on here.
Why do you think I'm going to blow people's minds?
Because you're going to do it without even falling.
Exactly. You're just going to, blow through it, and I'm going to be like, that's awesome.
We'll be there with, poster board signs.
That would be so fun. I really want to go on that show, but I'm worried that, I'm going to, start running, and I'm just going to trip over my own feet and wipe out before I even get to the actual course.
Well, the great thing is, that happens to just about everybody.
No, it happens to everybody.
And hopefully, if that does happen, it'll be one of those courses where it starts with, a big downhill, and then I'll just tumble the whole downhill and get up and keep going.
Honestly, I want to go on the show, too. I mean, I know I can't do it, but it just be fun.
What we should do is we should all fill out applications at the same time, and then
Yes.
say we're a huge group, and we know Alexa's going to win this.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter, but we all want to do this together.
I think it'd be really funny for me and you, Stacey, to compete against Alexa.
Oh, no, you guys are fine, I think. We can do it. Let's do it. Let's go and wipe out.
I'll do it. I'm serious. I'll go and wipe out.
If I was drinking a lot, I would probably do really well, honestly.
Or at least you'd think you were doing really well.
Exactly. When I bowl, when I go bowling, if I have not been drinking, I do terrible. But if I have been drinking, I do really good. And that's how I feel about Wipeout.
That's like in pool.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. The more I drink, the better I get for some reason.
I just see you at the beginning, at the start line, going, "Man, I'm kicking ass," and you haven't even moved yet.
I've got this. I'm definitely winning right now.
This is so easy. Why do people bitch about this?
I really want to do that part where they like go across the like huge balls over the water, like the bouncy balls.
Yeah, I feel like that's not that hard, but apparently it is because no one's ever done it.
And people land in really horrific ways, like face first and like all these really awful things.
Their back bends the wrong way, and I'm like, oh my god, how are they not dead?
I would rather go on Ninja Warrior, to be honest with you. Because at least that one, it's like a very, nothing is like fucking with you. They're not like, oh, we're gonna punch you with this giant, like, silly looking boxing glove as you try and get across this balance beam. That's the part that I'm most worried about, is the horrific embarrassment that could
Anything
potentially
that punches
follow.
you in the face is like an automatic. Like, you're so focused on one thing, and then you get punched in the face, and like, oh, well.
No, they have that one with the steering wheels where it just straight nut shots you, and I'm like, there's no way. No one gets by that. Like, it just hits them in the nuts, they die.
Girls will.
They still fall.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't want to get, like, hit in the badge.
So tune in next year when we're all on Wipeout.
Actually, don't tune in.
Yeah.
I'll send you both the video of the girl that was on Wipeout that, if I was on Wipeout, would probably end up looking like. And I will warn you, it's pretty hilarious.
It would be amazing if we all went on Wipeout and we all made it to the final round.
Yes.
Oh,
It's not gonna happen, but yes.
exactly. Only
And it's
one
like-
person gets the $50,000.
2 people. I mean, you can do teams.
No, it's only one now.
Oh, they have team shows though. Like they have like in the workplace, like your boss and your employee can go.
Yeah.
I don't like that because you got to rely on the other person. And I'd be the other person. I'd be that other person just like dragging ass. Like I'm not doing it anymore.
I haven't seen it in forever, but I feel like the last thing I remember is like one of the last rounds. You're all on these pillars, and they have this like big arm that's swinging around, and you have to like jump over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people just fucking face plant, man.
They're like, well, there's water there. That does not help at all.
Yeah, the water's like 20 feet down. And I used to do diving. That water can be like concrete. If that arm sends you spinning and you like hit the water in the wrong way, you're gonna be bruised.
Yeah. Belly smackers, man. Those things.
All right. Well, so now I'm totally convinced I want to go on Wipeout.
I think you should. I totally 100% think you should.
I love that this was the $50,000 question.
Yeah, that was the big question. You worried about not answering it?
I was so worried. I was like, what are they going to ask me?
Will you please go on Wipeout so we can stay?
That's how nerdy we are.
I thought it was going to be like, can we meet Taylor Lautner?
Oh, God.
We will give you $50,000.
Somebody Facebook messaged me the other day and was like, I don't know who this person is, but they wrote to me and they were like, I'm a really big Taylor Lautner fan, and I was just wondering if you could answer some questions about him for me. And I was like, I mean, you can ask, but I've only met him once. And
First question, how big is his penis?
Yeah, much.
Creepy.
First question.
That's really creepy.
Yeah.
How do you feel when he looks longingly into your eyes? I don't know.
I get hungry? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I need a cheeseburger. Like, I don't know.
On a sense? I remember thinking I want to hit him. I don't know.
Didn't you date Taylor Swift? That's what I would ask him. I'd be like, that sucks, man. How many songs you got about you?
Oh, did you date her?
Were you that goat song?
I'm pretty sure they dated.
Oh, I don't know.
Why do I know that?
Why do you know that, Stacey? I don't want to know why you know that.
On the horror show, we like to talk about Taylor Swift and Taylor Lautner often.
Yeah.
I will say that this morning on the Today Show, I got up early. It was my day off, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch the Today Show. I haven't done that in a long time. So I did that, and they were having this, they go outside and they ask people questions, and the questions were for Girlfriends Week, because it's Girlfriends Week, I guess, where it's about you and your girlfriends, like, going out and doing stuff or whatever, and I was like, okay. It's like, I could probably answer some of these. I got all of them right. And I was like, oh.
Oh.
What were the questions?
One of them was about Sex in the City, and that's when I was like, I should probably turn this off. I should not know that answer.
The sad thing is, I probably know the answer to you.
The question was about which drink do they all like, or whatever.
A Cosmo.
Yep.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
No, see,
It's-
I don't know how I know things. I absorb information, and I've never seen an episode. But for-
Exactly. I haven't either. And the sad
That's
thing
one of
is,
their claims to fame is never ever having seen an episode of Sex in the City.
I haven't either.
Or Jersey Shore. I'm really, really proud of that.
Oh, sadly,
I
I
haven't
have.
either. I'm in
Nice.
that club with you.
There we go, Stacey. I knew you were awesome.
I know. My boyfriend had it on Netflix one day. I remember this. It used to be on Netflix, and he was watching. He's like, we should watch an episode of this. And at that, it was like when Netflix just came out with that, you could see how much of an episode you've already watched. Like, you could see, like, previously episode 1, you watched 20 minutes of this episode, and you watched this many minutes of that second episode. And he's going through, and he's like, we should check this show out. And it was Jersey Shore, and I was like, fuck no, man.
You should get out of the house.
And I looked at it, and I was like, you've already been fucking watching this. And he was like, I know. And I was like, we are not watching this show. Just stop. We are not watching. I refuse.
Hangs his head in shame.
It's like, how did you know I've been watching? I'm like, it tells you right there on Netflix that you previously have been watching this.
Netflix has betrayed me.
I don't do reality TV, except I really have a soft spot for America's Got Talent. I freaking love that show. I don't watch it on TV though, but I'll like watch the acts on YouTube after. I just love to be impressed by people who have crazy amounts of
Sometimes there's really awesome stuff on there.
Yeah.
It's
Word.
not like Idol. I mean, some people sing, but a lot of other people do. Like crazy dance scenes with lights.
Oh, I'm totally caught up. Like I watch it when I don't have. I decided cable's stupid, and I just watch it on YouTube. But yeah, I can't get enough of that show.
Yeah, it's great. I remember from the first season, there was this troupe, and it was like these people from Russia, and they did this crazy Russian pole acrobatics where it was like these two guys with this really long, skinny pole, and it was on each one of their shoulders, and a girl standing on top of the wooden pole, and they would throw her up in the air. She would do all kinds of flips, and then land back on this, like, 4-inch wide beam.
Damn.
And then they would bounce her back up, and she would do, like, crazy twisting flips, and then land back on this 4-inch wide beam. It was insane. I was scared for her the entire time. And they went through, but then I think she actually got injured in practice, and then they couldn't keep going. I was so disappointed.
Wow.
There was a guy on this current season who went all the way up on this 50-foot pole, got upside down, put a sword into his mouth, and then dropped himself to push the sword, and right before he hit the ground, he stopped. But he full on dropped towards the ground.
Oh
So
my God.
would you ever do that stunt?
No.
No.
Just say no. Yeah.
No, man, nope.
Yeah. That's.
I don't think that one even needs, like, an explanation. The answer is no.
I've done it twice, is what you should have said.
Yeah. That's what I do to wake up. How do you think I get out of the top of bed?
I sleep upside down 50 feet up, and when I wake up, I drop.
Yep. And I make sure to already have the sword in my mouth.
Oh.
So when
guys-
Trancers and Muck comes out, please come back on the show. We'll talk about when you can talk about them, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll totally do that.
Oh, man. Yeah, that'll be great. I can't wait to be able to talk about I can't wait for you guys to see Muck, because I think you're going to get a kick out of it.
I already want to see
pretty
it just from all the stuff that he's been posting. It
I
looks
know.
interesting.
Yeah, it does. And it's hard to tell, like, when you're filming something, like, exactly how it's gonna, progress. And I can't wait to see the trailer.
Adrienne King kind of talked about that, didn't she, Stacey? With that one movie she was in, that she's like, it was a great script, but the CGI in that movie was terrible. Remember? I don't remember what movie it was. It was like, yeah, she's like,
Sorry.
I watched the movie and I was like, I didn't want to agree with her. I'm like, yeah, that movie is shit.
Look-
But yeah, I know how that is.
Yeah.
You kind of get worried with how it's going to end up in the end.
Yeah, and I mean, the really cool thing about there not being any CGI is that there isn't any opportunity for there to be bad CGI. It's
Yeah.
just like, we rigged all these stunts, and we know that the stunts look cool because we made them, and then we saw them in the camera, so we know, like, right up front how things look as far as the stunt work goes. So I'm really excited for that aspect, and then I can't wait to see how they put, like, all the scenes together. That's the other thing, is, like, I didn't watch a lot of the dialogue scenes, so I don't know anything about that. but there's some brutal shit in there.
I love that that's the new niche, though, that they're bringing back, like the label is no CGI. I like that because it's going to encourage more filmmakers to just say, fuck CGI.
Exactly.
Right, like, that was one of the things, I mean, okay, so the woman had, like, you know, the dream sequence, but for the most part, like, it was all, like, right there, we did it all. Like,
Right.
all the blood and all the gore was, like, very actively happening while we were filming it. I know, because it took me days to get it off of me. And I have a real appreciation for that. It's great.
I love it.
Anyways, yeah.
I
Well,
look forward to it.
well, thank you so much again, and we'll definitely, you got to come back on and talk about Muck and Transfer, so I want to hear all about Muck.
And how your time on Wipeout was.
Yes.
And when the episode airs, because I'm going to need to
Well,
know
I'll
this.
be able to talk about it all of our time on Wipeout. I'm not going without you guys.
Oh,
I'll go.
that's
I'll fucking do it.
All right, we'll go. I'm not saying
Yep.
I'll be part of it. I might be on the side, like, drinking and cheering you guys on, but
Lawn chair.
like, yeah, guys, get it.
Get it done.
Oh, that was a terrible nut shot.
You all fucking suck. Alexa's gonna kick your ass.
Y'all gonna suck it real bad. You don't even know. I'll just talk down to all the other teams. Yeah.
Can you do
Talk
that?
down to everybody else. Be like, you bitches don't even know it's happening. That girl over there, she gonna kick your ass.
She
don't
taught
even
us
know.
parkour yesterday.
Yesterday.
And then I'm
one
really
day.
just gonna trip before I even like get off the stage.
And then I'll just get up. I'll just pack and walk away.
Damn it, Alexa, just walk off.
Yeah, like, well, that's not the girl I was talking about.
It would be over, I think, if I just like tripped before I even started on Wipeout.
We were
I
talking
think I would
about
have
the
to
other
go
girl.
on with like a different name, like a pseudonym. Like I couldn't go on there with my own name. Come up with a good like secret name for me to have.
Well,
DJ
that's
Randy
your
hashtag.
task.
what is it?
DJ Randy hashtag.
No.
That's
You
my.
can't go on there with a DJ name.
Oh, yeah, it's cool.
No.
You got-
DJs are not cool. I don't know who told you that, Kyle, but
Jersey Shore.
Oh, wah wah.
I don't know about that. And I have a very serious question to ask you, but it's the very last question of the show.
Jeez.
It's so
The
serious.
anticipation is gonna kill me.
It should, because it's been on my mind for days, and
Oh my god.
I literally sent Kyle a message, and I was like, dude, I have this brilliant idea. I was like, can we please get Alexa on the show soon, because I have to ask her. It's pretty serious.
It's a
Alright,
serious idea.
alright. I mean, you could have asked me anyways, but I like that you wanted to ask me in a format that's going to be, like, public to the masses.
Exactly. It's big. I mean, there's a lot of money on the line here.
Oh, man.
How much money?
We'll talk about it later.
I can say how much money on the
Like,
right
isn't it like
now.
$50,000?
$50,000.
What?